I'm Annabelle, and welcome to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be playing Descent: Legends of the Dark. Two heroes are going to be going against horde of monsters that is all taken care of by an app. Join me at the table and let's play Descent: Legends of the Dark. Alright guys, believe it or not, I have the game set up. And that's because in this game, you start with just the app on and the map is going to be developed, or it's going to start opening up later once you start the campaign. But the only thing you need to do as far as setup is pick your characters. And thanks to Twitter and Instagram, our fans on Meeple Village, we today are playing with the characters that you chose. So thank you to all of those that voted or contributed in some way to picking these two characters today. We are playing with Varix, and he is going to be a healer and a dragon hybrid outcast. Okay, but I know that he's got some healing abilities, and I'm sure that I will show you those as they come into play. I don't want to just spend a lot of time on all those stats because you're not going to understand what they are. But as we play, it will all come clear to you. And then we have Galadin, who is our elf and also our ranger for the most part. He's got a very long bow. So that's going to be our other hero. And just know that in the first quest, all that we have is our weapons. We have two weapons and the cards are two-sided. You understand all of that when we start playing. In other games, we have skills as well. I'll tell you a little bit. Actually, they work exactly like weapons. You can put fatigue on them to make them better, or actually to get some rolls to become successes. You'll understand all of that as we play. The last thing that I have is our wounds to the side, our minor and major wounds, and all of our consumables. There are other items in the game such as trinkets, armor, weapon. But for this particular game, just the beginning scenario, that's all that we're going to be needing. And I will probably keep them off camera later on in the game when we run out of room, because we probably will run out of room very quickly. But I got the Descent Legends of the Dark app ready to go here. So we're going to start a new campaign. All right, and we need to put a party name. So what better name than Meeple Village? There we go, and embark. Now it's asking me for what difficulty level, and just because I'm on camera and I don't want to make a fool of myself, no, I'm kidding. Just to make it a little easier to keep track of everything and talk to you guys, I'm gonna do like super simple, but just know that the game can go all the way from super simple to warfare difficulty, so there's 4 levels for you to choose. But I'm just gonna take it easy because I'm here mostly to show you how the game works, the mechanics, and just have fun with you guys. So, I'm gonna continue.
The Uthuk Ilan, Waikar the Undying and his army of the undead, the Dragon Lords. 3 times has Terranoth been brought to the brink of ruin, and 3 times have great heroes risen to save it. But those heroes are gone, and the evil has returned. The first of Terranoth's 12 baronies has fallen to the Uthuk Ilan. The council dispatched a great army to meet the threat, sending the Uthuk scattering. But what was a single enemy became 10,000, as impossible to fight as smoke, but still as deadly as fire. Once again, darkness gathers. Uthuk stalk the wilds, the undead muster in the north, and another old enemy gathers its strength as the baronies falter.
Okay, so there's an introduction to the campaign, a little bit more about what's going on. For the sake of not ruining the spoilers or the surprises that come along with the story, I'm going to skip a little bit ahead because I want you to experience it on your own. There's some things that I just don't want you to miss if you're going to be playing this game. So let's do it. Okay guys, so I skipped ahead a little bit. Just know that we are protecting a caravan as it travels, and now we have a map to set up. What's happened is I guess it's nighttime and everyone's sleeping and someone's on watch. So they asked me to pick a hero to be on watch. So I got Galadin on watch right now, and they're asking me to put tile 10B and a water overlay. So I'm gonna go underlay, not overlay, because it goes under the tile. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so as you can see, I've set it up just like indicated. I'm gonna click on continue, and yeah, underlays, and then we have to gather a side token and put it right there. So let's do that. And the side token is something that we can interact or explore, and it will probably get us ahead in the story or ask us to put more tiles, monsters, anything of the sort. Continue. And we got another one on the other side that we can go and investigate. All right, so that's the second token. Continue. Okay, and now it's asking me to put my hero there. So of course, Galadin is the one that's not sleeping, awake. All right, and the objective has changed, and now our objective is to investigate the darkness that's around the lake. Okay, so here we go. So it is the hero's turn, and in a hero's turn, you get 3 actions. One of those 3 actions has to be a maneuver action. A maneuver action gives you movement points. And the way you figure out how many movement points is based on your character. So if you look at Galadin's sheet, he has a health of 9 and a speed of 4. So when you get, as Galadin, movement points, that means you can move up to 4 squares. If we take a look at Varric's here, he has 8 hit points and he only moves 3. He only has 3 movement points whenever he gets a maneuver action or somehow gets movement points. Now it's important to know that you can interrupt movement or maneuver, a maneuver action to do a different action and then complete your movement. So for example, in the case of Galadin, he has 4 movement points. He can use, say, 1 movement point and then interrupt that to maybe explore or attack, do something else, and then continue using movement points later on to continue his action. So for now, he has 4 movement points. So what I'm gonna do is, do you wanna go east or west? Let's just go straight up and see what happens. 1, 2. Now, as soon as he is next to a side token, he gets to explore it. That doesn't count as an action. That just, like I said, moves the story forward. Now, the way I indicate that he is there is by touching his portrait here on the app and dragging it to the token that I'm about to explore. Okay, so it says clouds roll in, blocking out what little light the moon provided though. And so is there anything happened? The pathway forward is just as clear to you now. Okay, so he can see better. And I have to discard the token, so let's do that. Okay, click continue. Okay, so more stuff appeared in front of us. So we need to find tiles 5B, 11B, and 2 water underlays. Okay, so I've put the tiles there. You can see that you can rotate, you can do, you know, to get a better view, you can zoom it in. And now we have a fade. Okay, so I got the monsters set out and looking at us, ready to come towards us. Now it's asking me to put this guy somewhere on the map. Let's put him over here. So he's ready to come out on this side, and I don't know if I go here, if something will help me to get to that guy faster, but in the meantime, he's having a hard time. He's got to tunnel through and come all the way down here, so I think I'm fine with having just water. You can traverse water. Getting out of a water space takes 2 movement points instead of just 1. So if he wants to cross the water, by all means, let him do it. In the meantime, let's see what else we need to put here. Okay, so the objective has been updated to defeat all the enemies. Hey, sounds easy enough. Okay, so remember, I still have 2 movement points left because I only used 2 movement points. So I can just be a coward and then try and explore this, or I can move closer to them. Let's see. The thing is, I remember how I told you I can interrupt my movement to go ahead and do another action. So that's what I'm going to do. Interrupt my movement. I have 2 movement less, but I'm going to attack him. Now, the weapon that I have right now available is a bloodwood bow. So it has a range of 4, that's right there. And every success does about 2 damage. And I say about because the app calculates things, and the monsters have armor and stuff like that, and because we chose an easier difficulty, it might be more damage than that, but you know, around 2 damage per success. It is a pierce weapon, and that just means that this kind of weapon is weak against some enemies. Every enemy is going to have a different weakness, and you won't know the weakness until you've used the weapon that they're weak against. Once you do that, the weakness is discovered. And then what else does this weapon have? We can put fatigue on this weapon, up to 2 fatigue on this weapon to do stuff. Some of the stuff that we can do is, for 2 fatigues, during your attack, add 1 success. If the enemy is 3 or more spaces away from you, reduce this ability's cost by 1. So I need to remember that if a monster is 3 away, this gets a little cheaper. Okay, so that's that. And then let me show you a little bit about the monsters and how much damage they take to kill. So the app has 2 different screens. One is the map screen, which is what we've been looking at. But up on the top, if you toggle to this little helmet or face or head monster face, I don't know what exactly it is, monster symbol, it'll tell you what monsters are on the board and how much HP they have. So I know that the Fae has 19 HP, the Berserker has 15 XP, and those little question marks on the bottom are their weaknesses. We were just talking about weaknesses not 2 seconds ago. Also, if I want to even get further information, I can click on one of them and then it'll tell me what they do. I can see their HP and I can see their conditions. And if you ever need to know what a condition is, there's a handy player note aid, that card that has all of that information. It has what you can do on a turn, and then it has enemy statuses and conditions that can affect the heroes, as well as dice results, which you're going to see in a second. But at least know that that's available, and I think that's pretty cool. Sometimes you forget. But back to the map and back to our turn. We are 1, 2, 3 away. So because I'm 3 away, I can reduce the cost of my ability to just 1. So during your attack, add 1 if the enemy is 3. So I can add 1 more success. So I probably will do that, but first, before I do that, let's figure out what he attacks with. So Galadin over here, we looked at his weapon and we know it's a bow, and it's got 4 range. Now what does he roll? Well, whatever weapon he's holding, he always rolls the same, and that's indicated in his character sheet. So if we look at his character sheet, no matter what weapon, he always rolls a blue die when he attacks and a black die when he defends. Down here are when he has to do any tests. This card also can hold fatigue. He has an ability, Swear Vengeance, and if he puts 3 fatigues in this card, during your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. Exposing an enemy means that enemy takes more damage. So good ability to have. And then there's a search ability. If I roll a search, add 1 success, and then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare 1 card. And if you don't know what prepare is, all we need to do is look at the player aid. Okay, so like I said, this is the hero turn and the dice results, but we have to look at there's a couple of things that already have been mentioned. Here is the exposed that we talked about, 20% attack damage, so that's a good one. And then the one we just read is prepare, which is a hero condition. During your turn, discard from a card to flip that card. And flipping that card takes away all of the tokens, good or bad, fatigue, terror, any of the tokens go away when you flip a card. Of course, then you have to use the other side of the card. You don't have the card that's side down available anymore. But I think we might do some of that just to show you guys, and also because I think it's going to help us. Okay, so this Fae is going to take a bit for me at 2 damage per success to get dead. So the first thing I'm going to do as Galadin is I'm going to use his abilities. I'm going to put 3 fatigue during your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. That way I'm going to be doing more damage. So I'm going to put 3 fatigue on his card, which is the max. Even if I wanted to, because his max is 3, I could not use the ability again until I discard some of the fatigue that I put on this card. Okay, so I've taken my 3 fatigue, and this enemy is in line of sight. So I'm going to go ahead and expose him. And the way you do that, you go to the hero, you click on the Fae, and you see the conditions, you mark them as exposed. Now when I roll that die, I'm going to be doing much more damage, which is great. Of course, I am fatigued, but you know, hopefully I will roll a search, and if I roll a search, then I can prepare one of my cards, which means flipping it without spending a whole action flipping a card. Okay, so I got my die, and I'm ready. I've moved 2. Now I'm going to do a fight action, and I need to tell the app that I'm doing that. The way that happens is you drag the portrait of your hero to the monster that you're about to attack. So I'm going to drag him, and that's the Fae, which is up here. Okay, and then I gotta tell the app what weapon am I using. So all I gotta do is check. I'm using the Bloodwood bow. So I got my bow. Okay, and there's the Fae. We don't know the weakness yet. That's when we roll and we add the successes. All right, let's see what we roll. Okay, and we rolled a success and a search. So I'm gonna mark the success before I forget. And that's not much, but we did get a search. And remember, search, add 1 success, so we get another one. And then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare 1 card. Okay, so I will take a fatigue, and I can put it anywhere I want unless it's an ability that's, for example, if the, like here, the 3 fatigue is on the card itself, then I have to put it on that card. But if it just says suffer fatigue, I can spread it out however I want. So I'm going to put it on my weapon because I cannot put any more on my hero card. And then I get to put a prepare token somewhere, and I could put it on my weapon, or I could put it on my hero. I think I'm going to put it on my hero because he is at max, and I'm going to have to flip probably something else because I'm going to take another fatigue. Because remember, the ability on my bow is during your turn, add 1 success. If the enemy is 3 or more spaces away, reduce the cost by 1. So I will take, it will just cost me 1 to get another success. So go up to 3 successes, but I am all fatigued everywhere. And just like that, you can see what's the crux in this game. You have to manage the flipping of the cards. And when you're playing with 2 heroes, well, that's not an easy feat. But for now, you know, we'll do our best. That's why I wanted to play in easy difficulty, because there's a lot going on in this game, as in every Descent game. If you've ever played Descent before, you know that there's a lot going on. But hey, I know you guys want to know how much damage I've done to this monster. So he is exposed, so I'm hoping for a lot of damage. Now he does take 19, so let's see. Let's confirm our 3 successes, and we did 8 damage, so not bad. Not bad at all. Like I said, it was more than if we were playing probably in another type of difficulty. So he has 11 left. We continue, and that was one of my 3 actions that I have. I've used 1 maneuver, 2 movement points, and I've used a fight. Now I could go ahead and during my turn, remember, discard this to flip a card, and I think I will, so that it does not cost me an action. So I still have 1 action left and 2 more movement points. Remember that. So I have a choice. I can either attack him again. He has 11 points of damage left, or I can prepare my bow. The problem with preparing my bow, which I probably will have to, but my other weapon that I have is a melee weapon. So I'm going to have to get real up close and personal to monsters if I want to attack them with this. Not that it's a bad weapon, it really is a good weapon, but I think I'm going to just leave the fatigue here and just attack him again. Because if I can attack him and then my friend here, Varix, gets him, maybe we can kill him, and we'll only have to worry about that berserker. Or there might be more monsters coming, I don't know. But let's attack him again. So just like before, we take our hero and we go all the way to the monster. We tell him that we're still using that bow that's at 4 range. And with that, then we're going to roll. So here we go. Okay, so we got a success and a search. Success, we're gonna put it right here. And then what was our search ability? Add 1 success, then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare 1 card. So believe it or not, I'm gonna do that again. So I'm gonna add 1 success, and I'm gonna suffer 1 fatigue. And this time I'm gonna give the fatigue to Galadin. and I'm going to prepare a card, which I'm going to prepare this one so that I can clean it up. Of course, that's going to take away my ranged weapon, but I can always use an action to ready and bring it back. And let's see, what is my ability this time? For 1 fatigue during your turn, shift 1. Shift means move 1. And the reason why they call it shift and not move 1 or anything is because shift ignores impede. And what is impede? When you're impeded if you're next to a monster, you're next to an enemy. Heroes impede monsters and monsters impede heroes. So as soon as you're next to an enemy, your movement points are reduced to 0. And if you ever gain movement points, like with a maneuver action, you only gain 1 movement point. So that's why they differ a little bit, and shift is a little bit different. But I don't think I need to shift. I still have 2 movement points, and there's not really really far to go. So I'm not going to suffer any more fatigue. But in the meantime, with 2 successes, let's see how much damage. I'm imagining it's going to be around 6, but you never know. He's still exposed, so confirm 6 damage. Okay, yeah, so he's down to 5. So I think Varix can take him and do some other cool stuff during his turn. We're going to continue, and I haven't finished because I still have 2 movement points left. So I'm thinking go and check out that token. My only fear is that it'll bring more monsters out, but hey, this is what Descent's all about, right? So why be a coward now? So I'm gonna move 1. I still have 1 left, but as soon as I move adjacent to the side token, I need to explore it. So off I go. All right, the pathway around you becomes clear. Discard the side token, or discard both side tokens. Okay, well, and 4B. All right, let's go find 4B. Got a little lake over here. I always fear that I'm not really good at this visual stuff, and I'm gonna mess up the maps, but I'm trying my best. Okay, so 4B, let's see. We get a monster. We get a tree, okay. And of course, we get a monster. We get a zealot. Okay, so let's find our zealot. Okay, so now we have another little guy to worry about while we go on our quest. Got the map all set up. We haven't finished. That was just Galadon's turn. Now we gotta get Varix to do stuff. And let's see. You can try and finish the Fae and maybe explore some terrain. I don't know, he doesn't move that far. So he's got 3 movement points, he's got a maneuver. His weapon has reach, which means that he can actually attack from 2 spaces away instead of being a melee from 1 away. It's a melee from 2 away. He also has pierce, but for now, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and he's exactly 2 away. So this is his destiny to do this, to fight this guy. Now, let's take a closer look at his weapon, and then we'll roll. Okay, so he starts with the Riverwatch Spear, although he could have started with the Ironhorn Warbell, but this has no range. So I figured let's give him a little bit of range, and I'm glad I did, because in this game, you cannot spend fatigue to move like in other Descent games if you played Descent before. But anyways, this is a spear, and it's got the pierce ability. It does a little bit more damage than the bow, 3 per success. It has reach, like I said, so you can attack from 2 away. And if we do get a search during your attack at 2 stars or 2 successes, and enfeeble the enemy. So we'll be looking out for surges, and this guy can have up to 2 fatigue on it. So, and let's take a look at what die we roll. Okay, so Varix is going to roll a blue die as well, but his defense is orange, and he can hold up to 3 fatigue on his card. Let's see, respite, restoration. For 2 fatigue during your turn, you or an adjacent hero heals 2. So right now we don't need to heal, so let's just chill on that one, at least for now. And then if we get a search, we can use it to add 1 success, and any hero may discard 1 condition. So he definitely is our healer. All right, so let's go attack with our blue die. So he's going to attack the Fae. So we drag Varix to the Fae, which is the first one. The one thing I find really hard is to remember what monster is what. Like, I'm always afraid that I'm going to attack the wrong monster because I don't remember what they look like, because they're all very, very, very similar. I guess as you play more, you'll get used to what they look like, but right now they're all the same to me, really. But I got the Fae. I think I did it right. Now Riverwatch Spear, so let's mark that one. And yeah, that is the Fae, which it's still exposed, so that's good. So now we roll. Okay, and we get a success, which I will mark, and then we get a search. Now remember, he had a few search options. So if we get one search, during your attack, add 2 and enfeeble the enemy. So let's enfeeble him. How do we do that? Status? Yeah, and enfeeble, there you go. And what does enfeeble do? Just for us to know, enfeeble, minus 20 and enemy attack damage. So when he attacks us, he attacks us for less. Unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get to do that because I'm hoping that I will kill it. During an attack, add 2 stars and enfeeble. So 2 more successes, 2 stars. So they look like stars, but they're successes. So we did our star or our success. We did our search. I think that's it. Do I want to take any sweats? Fatigue. They look like sweat marks. No, I don't think we need to. It's just for healing purposes. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that we're done. And yeah, 11 damage. That was good. That means he's dead. So remove the phase. So, okay, so I removed it, and now he's all the way over here. The monsters are far away. But I'm intrigued about that tree and what it holds. So I do have one more action. I can flip some of my cards, but I don't think there's any need to flip any of my cards. Maybe I should have started with my other side of my hero. Yeah, probably, but I didn't, and I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna use my third action. I used a maneuver action, I used a fight action, and on my third action, I'm gonna use it as a maneuver as well and move closer to that tree. 3. So that next time maybe I can investigate what's a GAT and show you guys what that's about. But I do need to use an action to explore the tree, spend some time searching it, I guess. So I'm gonna end the phase because all of our heroes went, and now it's gonna be the monster's turn. And of course, now I've gotten closer to them, so maybe they can reach and attack me. And that's okay. I'm a brave hero, at least Varix is, and he's ready to heal anytime. So let's end the phase. Okay, we're going to the darkness phase. Resolve infection and terror. Nobody is infected or terror. Those are conditions that the monsters can give us or we can get in some other way. We haven't gotten any of those. And then each hero may discard 1 fatigue. So Varix doesn't have any fatigue, but and this guy is going to get rid of all the fatigue when he flips the card over. So I'll just take this fatigue from the hero card. That way, next turn when I flip this, he's going to have a clean slate. Okay, so we continue, and the zealot is going to act first. The zealot is this guy holding that thing. Let's see, his target is Varix, so right there, very good. And he has an Ichor Lash. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a search, they infect their hero card. There's that infect that we were just talking about. Okay, so he has a range of 3, so he wants to stay 3 away from Varix if possible. So 1, 2, 3, he wants to move all the way to here if he can. Let me just, actually to here, 1, 2, 3, right. So that's as far as he wants to go if possible, because monsters don't want to get too close to the heroes because then they get impeded. And remember, impeded means they lose their movement points. So he has a range of 3 and he has an attack of 3. So if he stands here, 1, 2, 3, he has a range of 3 and a movement of 3 is what I meant. So he can get there, 1, 2, and he has line of sight and he is in range. He's 3 away. So he's going to attack me for 2 damage. Now, me as a defender, Varix can roll his defense die, and however many successes I get, I reduce 1 damage per success. So remember, for him, he rolls the orange die when he defends. So not the blue one. Let me go get the orange one. All right, he got 2 successes actually, so that's perfect. Now, the monster's ability does trigger. It says, after rolling dice, if the target did not roll a search, they infect their hero card. So they're going to infect their hero card. And what does that do? Infection. When time passes, suffer 1 damage for each infected card. So if I don't get rid of that infected token during the next darkness phase, I'm going to suffer damage. So it is color green. Let me look for it. Okay, and it clearly says that it has to go on my hero card. So there I am, infected green token. And that's that for this monster. So we hit done, and now the Berserker is going to go, and his target is, guess whom? Varix again. And he has Bloodlust. After the defense, the Berserker shifts 1 toward and attacks a second hero if possible. Lucky for us, he doesn't have a range attack. I can tell because there is no range there, so he's still gonna move forward, and we can move diagonal on this game. So he's gonna try and get as close to Varix as possible. Oh, he forgot his base. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and he does reach. So there he is. Okay, Varix seems to be in a little bit of trouble. And he's going to attack Varix for 3. So Varix has to defend and try to mitigate 3 damage. Alright, so he got 1 and a surge. So he does protect from 1, so that he's taking 2 damage. And then his surge ability at 1 success, so that's 2 successes, so he's only taking 1 damage. And any hero may discard 1 condition. So he's going to go ahead and discard the infected condition, might as well, right? And with that said, he took 1 damage, so he's down to 7 health. There he goes. Okay, and now the monster is going to trigger his ability. After the defense, the Berserker shifts 1 toward and attacks a second hero if possible. So remember, shift is not affected by impeding. So he wants to attack a second hero. So unfortunately, he doesn't reach the second hero. He doesn't want to attack Varys again. He wants to attack the other guy. He wants to spread the love. So he's done. Okay. The Berserker howls, wide eyes gazing at Varix with unfathomable rage. Okay, Berserker is mad. Well, that's why he's called the Berserker, right? Okay. So now we go back to the hero phase, and our heroes get to go. Alright, so what hero is going to act first? I know that Galadin has to ready his card. On the other hand, Varix is right there ready to attack. Maybe we'll start with him. He seems to be easier, but I don't want to forget to turn this card around. Sure, let's go with Galadin, and let's first of all, during our turn, you can get rid of a prepared token to flip a card without using an action. So the one thing that I have to remember is that now that I've done that, I don't have range anymore. I have a melee weapon. It hits a little harder, but I do have to get close to the monsters. I don't even have reach, so it means I have to get adjacent. And remember, when I am adjacent, I am impeded. And remember, these two guys are both impeded as of right now because they're both next to each other. Okay, so I've done that, so let's continue Galadin's turn. He has 1 maneuver action and then two actions because he hasn't used any action, because remember, using the prepared token does not take up an action. So he can move up to 4, 1, 2, 3. He'll be impeded, but he'll be at range 1, 2, 3. He has, because he's impeded, he's lost all movement points. So that 1 movement point that he has left, he's lost it. But he's right there and he can attack this guy. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. Can I go help the other? Because if they both have 15 HP. I'm not sure how much I'm hitting for, but it might be a better idea to go help Varix and defeat this guy first. But with that in mind, I should probably see if this guy's got it on his own. See all of these predicaments. But I already started, so I'm just gonna go and try my luck over here. 1, 2, 3. We'll get right there, not in front of him, but kind of to the side. I don't think it really matters, but I'm further away from the other guy just in case he hits me with a range attack. Now that I'm right next to it, again, we're all impeded, all 3 of us. The good thing about standing over there is I would have impeded that guy, but I don't want to go back and forth thinking about this. Let me just stay there, face him with my melee weapon now, and that was my maneuver. Now for my first action, well, will be my second action. First maneuver, second action, I'm going to fight. And yes, I'm fighting the Berserker. I have Mirror Blades. Okay, we don't know his weakness yet. And I roll blue, so let's see. Okay, so I have a success, which I'll mark, and then I also got a search. My search is add 1 success, then you're going to suffer 1 damage to prepare 1 card. I do not need to prepare any more cards, so I don't think I'm going to get a fatigue, super 1 fatigue, but I will get my second one. But here's the thing, I might do it, because I might want to get my bow back at some point. So if I get a fatigue, I can prepare a card. What I'll do is I'll just put a bow there. That way when I flip it for free, it'll be ready to go, and I'll have my range weapon again. So that wasn't that bad. Okay, so 2, let's see how much damage we inflict on him. 6 damage. Okay, so I didn't kill him, so I guess I'm glad that I came to help. Although I have one more action, and I can use it to fight him again. And if I do that, then I will leave Barracks to handle the other guy, which sounds like a good idea. I also want to show you guys what happens when we interact with things on the map. So Varix might do that as well. So let me go ahead and fight him again, so maybe I can defeat him. I don't know, it's 9 damage. That doesn't sound, I just did 6 damage. But hey, we can try. I don't have his weakness, so now I know that slash is not his weakness. But let's do it again. We'll hit continue. Okay, and back to the Berserker. We're using the mirror blades, and let's see with my Alright, I have a Surge, which I know that I can add 1 success and then suffer 1 to prepare a card. Do I want to suffer another one? No, I think I will. That ability is just too good. Oh, I can't put it here because it only takes 1. So I have to put it there, and I'm going to prepare Galadin himself. That way he'll be fresh. Okay, so I'm going to prepare this card. This one's already prepared. Let's see, that was the Surge. I also get a success, and then I can add Fatigue to add another success, and I might as well. I'm going to give the Fatigue to Galadin because he cannot take any more fatigues, and add another success, and then I'm going to confirm, and then we'll prepare everything and have everything ready to go for next turn, everybody fresh. Well, let's confirm. How much damage is that? That is 5 damage. He has 4 damage left. Okay, we'll continue. And I've taken my 2 actions, my 2 fight actions and my maneuver. But during my turn, I can go ahead and discard from a card to flip that card. So that's flipped. And my bow is back. That way I can attack from range. So in the meantime, Varix is going to go. First, he's going to try and finish that guy with fight action. So let's bring him to the Berserker, who's done it enough already, and I'm using my spear. So let's mark that, and I roll orange. Let's see what I get. All right, so I get 2 successes, so that's not bad. No surges, no advantage, just straight 2 successes. Let's see how much that does. And yeah, that's 8 damage. Okay, so we got that guy. So it says your foe crumbles to the ground, and we remove him. So he is going to be going bye-bye. Also his marker. Bye-bye, Berserker. You did your best. So that was his first action. Now for his second action, he has reach, but he doesn't reach. So there's 2 things I can do. I can maneuver and start attacking this guy, or I can show you guys what happens when you go to the tree. And I kind of want to do that, so just for content, just so you guys see it, we're going to go ahead and interact. So instead of attacking this guy, I'm going to, let's see, take my various, oops, no. Oh, okay, because I need to hit continue for removing the Berserker. Okay, sorry, is there anything else that happens? No, okay. So now we can go for the, over here to the tree. There we go. The tree has round green fruit on the lower branches, plants and mushrooms growing on its side, and a sturdy trunk you could climb. Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we want to climb the tree? Well, actually, pick a fruit, climb the tree, or forage the plants. I kind of want to climb the tree, but I'm afraid if I do that, I might fall and get hurt. But it sounds interesting. I mean, if I climb the tree, does it mean that this guy can't get to me? I think I'm gonna try it just to see what's up. Let's see. We're gonna climb the tree. You prop your foot on a low branch in an attempt to leverage yourself into the tree. Test might. All right. Okay. Great. We're gonna test. And the way we do that is that we look at our guide. For this particular test, it's asking us to test might, which, as you can see, Varix is not that great at. Whatever he gets a -1 on. And the way you do it is by rolling dice. We're gonna roll these 2 dice and we're going to add the successes. Stars are straight up successes, and advantages, just like always, we take a fatigue in order to turn them into a success. And then a search is just a search action that we can use whatever is on our hero cards or our weapons or whatever search abilities we have. So let's go see what we roll. I should also point out that there are 2 different types of tests. In one of them, you know how much you need to pass, and the app will tell you test might 5, for example. So you have to get 5 or more. And another one, like the one we're doing right now, they don't tell you how many you need to succeed or to pass. They just ask you to roll and input them how many successes you have on the app, and then it'll give us some kind of result. I'm thinking that if I don't roll too much, then maybe I'll fall and break a leg. I don't know. We'll find out together. Here's my 2 black dice. Let's see what I get. Okay, so I got a 4 out of that, but remember I have -1 because my might is not that great, so that means I only have 3 successes. Let's see what happens. You try to pull yourself up, but your foot slips and you fall backwards. You are unhurt except for maybe your pride. All right, so it wasn't terrible. We just didn't do anything. We just wasted an action pretty much, but I showed you what that's like, and you also got to see how to test different abilities. So, okay, so so far all I've done is I had a fight ability, and then a tree ability, interact ability, and all I can do right now is maneuver. So do I want to maneuver out of this guy's way? I'm sure he's gonna come towards us. And I get to maneuver next turn. So I think I will be a little bit of a chicken and run away. So I get to move 3. So I'm not impeded anymore, so might as well. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to stand back here and just wait for him to come to us. And with that, we have finished the hero phase. All of the heroes have acted, so I'm going to end the phase. We're going to go to the darkness phase. I noticed my map was not exactly like what I see here, so I went ahead and fixed it. I don't think it was just the water, so I don't think it mattered much for gameplay, but it just lets you know they have to be careful because, yeah, well, unless you're really like visual. I'm not good at the visual stuff, but I fixed it. All right, we're going to the darkness phase. There we go. And what's going to happen? Time passes. Resolve infection and terror. We do not have infection or terror, and every hero may discard 1 fatigue, but right now I have no fatigue, so nothing happens. And I'm sure now something's gonna happen. The zealot is the only monster we have around. Good for us. Let's see. He's going to target the guy that ran away. Well, Varix, and let's see. He's got an aggro lash. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a search, they infect their hero card. You need to remember that. Okay, so he has a range of 3. 1, 2, 3. So even though Varix moved away, it didn't serve much of a purpose because he's not going to move. The zealot is not going to move. And he still gets to attack Varix. So he inflicts 2 damage. So I'm going to roll my defense. Varix defense is orange. Oh, did I roll the wrong dice for him before? His attack dice is blue. I rolled the orange, didn't I? Okay, well, it already happened. Sorry about that, guys. Defense is orange. Okay, here we go. Here's the defense. And he has a 1 defense for sure. And then he either has a search, which means that the Ichor Lash is not going to trigger because he did roll a search. And with the search, it says add 1 defense, okay, and any hero may discard 1 condition, but we don't have any conditions right now, so no damage for me. I don't even have to use the advantage because 1 from the star, 1 from the search is 2. That's what he was inflicting on me. So, all right, so we hit done. All right, the salad screams an alien incantation, foreign, but for a single name, Varix. Okay, so most probably what that means is that he really does like attacking Varix, and that next turn he's going to attack Varix again. So I gotta be aware of that so that Varix stays either out of the way, or if Varix wants to go for it, then we just be prepared for that attack that's probably coming towards him. All right, in the meantime, we are done with that. Continue. Let's see, does anything else happen? No, it's back to the hero phase. So Oh, and it's saving. Okay, thank you for saving. All right, so what are the heroes going to do? So Varix is out of reach. He'd have to walk, although he can, 1, 2, 3, and he won't even be impeded. And let's see, his weapon seems to be a little bit better, so let's start with that. Varix is going to move 3. 1, 2, 3, back next to the tree. And he's going to use his weapon, his reach weapon, and attack. So let's go Varix. He has his spear. Okay, and now I remember I need to roll the blue. Let's see what he gets. He got a star, which is a success, and then an advantage. He'll go ahead and take a fatigue. Why not? Where are we going to put it? Let's put it on him. Let's see. Also, during your turn, you earn adjacent hero heals too. We don't need that. Okay, very good. So that's an advantage. He gets another success. So that's 2 successes. Let's see. Confirm. Okay, 6 damage. He's had 9 left. Continue. Now, so I want to attack him again. I know 1, 2, 3, 4. That Galadin is in range, and I kind of want to do more tree stuff. So I already did a maneuver. He moved and he fought. He had a fight action. So the last one I want to interact again. I just kind of want to see what else happens with this tree. And we had a couple more options. So okay, so I guess we have the same. We either pick the fruit, climb the tree, or forage the plants. Well, we know he's not a good climber because of that might. Galadin, though, he's a better climber, so maybe we'll have him climb later if we get the chance. In the meantime, I think he's going to forage the plants. Why not? Or should we pick the fruit? I'm gonna bet yeah, sure, we'll pick the fruit. Maybe there's some yummy apples or something. So we pick in the fruit. You pick one of the low-hanging fruits of the tree. As you bite into it, it has a sweet taste. A little tart at the end. You feel revived. Heal 2. Okay, all right. Well, we only need to heal 1 because we're at 7, and we can't go past our max HP, which is 8. But we'll take one. We'll take 1 heal, and we ate the fruit. That's delicious. And with that, he's finished his turn because yeah, interact, fight, and move. Now is Galadin's turn, and he's got his bow ready to go. No fatigue on him. So let's see. During your attack, add 1. If the enemy is 3 or more spaces away from you, reduce this cost 1, 2, 3, 4. The enemy is 4, so we can use 1 fatigue to add a plus. Okay, and then for 3 fatigues during your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. This guy only has. Let's go check him out. We click on the monster. He only has 9 damage, so I don't know that it's necessary for me to use my ability when he only has 9 damage left. If he was up to 15, then yeah, I would expose him. But I think I'm going to save that for a little later when we get more monsters, because I'm sure they're coming. In the meantime, from over here, I will attack him with my bow. So there we go. I got my bow again. Okay, and I will do this. Well, first let's roll, because I can do this during your attack. Let's see how many successes I get. Okay, so I have a success and I have a search. So we'll mark the success. Now let's go for the search. Add 1, then you may suffer 1 fatigue to prepare a card. I'll add the 1. Do I want to suffer a fatigue to prepare a card? I like my cards. I don't think I need to do that. I will, however, get a fatigue. Actually, since I'm going to get a fatigue, I will do it. I will get a fatigue to prepare a card. I'm going to put my fatigue here, and I'm going to prepare that card because I'm also going to during your attack, add 1 success, and because the enemy is only 1 away, 3 or more away, it only costs me 1 instead of 2. So I'll take advantage of that, and I'm going to max out the fatigue on my card. So with that, I add another success, and do we get to 9 damage? Let's see, let's find out. Okay, we did 5 damage. We're still 4 away. Now here's the thing. If let's hit continue. Thank you. Okay. All he's done is 1 fight. If he fights again, he cannot put any more fatigue on his bow. But if he flips the card, he's too far away to inflict any damage. So I think I'm going to take a chance, and I cannot do any more fatigue on the card, but I will use my bow again. Just because it's only 4 damage, I might be able to get rid of this guy for good. So I'm going to attack him again. Here we go. I'm still using my bow. and hopefully I'll get a lot of successes. Okay, so I have a success, and then I have the option of preparing another card and adding one. I will add the one. Do I want to prepare another card? I don't think so. Now I really don't think so. We'll just wait on that. So let's confirm. And for damage, that's exactly what we needed to get rid of this guy. So your feet crumbles to the ground, remove them. Okay, let's remove it. Well, see, now I'm kind of scared because I see there's nobody out here. We just defeated the last one. So is something else gonna come? Let's check. Oh, okay, yes, something else is definitely gonna come. The clouds over the moon part, illuminating the clearing. A baronial watchtower stands not far away. Okay, so we need to place one archway, one chest, one door, and one well. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get all that stuff and put it out there for you guys to see. Okay, there we go. We've got a well, we got a door under an archway, and we've got a chest. Any monsters? Objective, updated. Enter the watchtower. Okay, so we have to enter the watchtower. Let's see, some tokens and terrain can give you a clue as to what's inside. Yeah, so sometimes you need to test them. Try tapping on the chest or the well to learn more about them. Okay, so chest or well? Of course, chest. Continue. Let's test here. An ingenious mechanical puzzle secures the lid of this chest. A shrewd mind could determine the right combination to open it. So that tells me that maybe it's going to be insight. Might seems to me to be more like strength. Agility, no insight, so probably insight will be the good one. So we need to get Varix to that chest. And let's see, how about the well? What's the clue there? The water shimmers, inviting the weary to taste. Okay, well, weary, okay, maybe agility? I guess we'll find out when we get there, but at least we know. And it's still Galadon's turn. He's going to go ahead and use the prepared token during his turn to flip his bow and go back to range attack, but there's no monsters around, so I think that'll be fine. We can do that. And now with that, he's done. Let's see, he fought twice. I don't think he's maneuvered yet, so we can go ahead and get closer to the stuff we need to go investigate, or closer to that tree. He doesn't need healing. He's at highest HP. He's at 9 max XP. So let's see, he moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he's next to that well. Now Galadon needs to do, let me see, what was it we said? We said insight. And yeah, so Varix for the chest. We'll have Galadon, who's right there, do the well. We have to wait until the next turn because his turn is right now is over. He's already used all of his actions. And you know what, guys? I'm going to stop right here. I still want to show you many other things. But I also don't want the video to be super long. I gave you a test of what Descent is like. If you want to see more, just hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. I will definitely continue the campaign. And I want to show you more interaction with things, and I also want to show you levels and how those work and how cool the map looks when you add levels to the map. So join us next time. Well, guys, there you have it. That should give you a taste of what Descent Legends of the Dark is all about. If you want to see more, let me know. Give us a thumbs up or leave a comment. Either way, just show your support for the channel, show your support for this video, and I will be sure to give you some more content on it. You know by now, if you've watched our previous videos, that I love playing Descent. It's actually one of my favorite games, so I'll be happy to play some more. But there's a lot more content coming out as well, so subscribe to Meeple Village so you don't miss out on any of that. Also, if you haven't already, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We post really cool pictures of this game and many others, so follow us there. As always, we encourage you to join Meeple Village, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. But until then, may you play more games.